Batting first at second base, number 25, Josiah Morrissey.
Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. We're right across the street from the Rose Bowl for tonight's California Collegiate League contest between the San Luis Obispo Blues and the Arroyo Seco Saints. It's a battle in the South. It'll be the Blues' third contest in their league, the CCL South, and their first time playing the Saints this season. It's another road contest for the Blues, their fifth straight in fact. And after a longer than anticipated hiatus, we are back to Blues baseball. Sunday's contest against the Humboldt Crabs, we did not have that game on the air because it was not played. Blues went up to Humboldt for a 3-game series, ended up playing 2. The game on Saturday was, for our viewing audience, a silent movie, and then for Sunday it was rained out and there was no ball game. So the Blues headed back to San Luis Obispo Sunday night, got in around 9-ish, and concluded that road trip and now have made their way into Pasadena, another trip down to SoCal to play the Saints in a road trip that took about half as long to get to Pasadena than it did to Humboldt, but we're seeing the entire state of California. It's another game in the South. And I'll step aside momentarily for our national anthem, and then we'll bring you starting lineups.
In light of technical difficulties, let's just sing along, shall we? 1, 2. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How about the job by the Saints PA announcer improvising on a dime? No national anthem recorded and playing through their audio system, so he steps in, he sings the anthem himself, and we're ready for baseball. Blues and Saints on a Tuesday evening. Happy to have you along with us on the Blue Streaming Network. Hi again, everybody. I'm Zach Ebrahim. Let's get you some starting lineups. First, for the visiting Blues. Here's how the Blues line up today. Leading off is Jake Simons. He'll be playing center field, followed by a new face. We welcome Nathan Schmelia, the DH, hitting second today, number 35, followed by Mason Grotto, who's going to move from second base to third. So Grotto's going to play third today and bat third, followed by the cleanup hitting Zach Tolia. He'll play first base. Chase Gallegos is going to do the catching today. Luke Pemberton will be in right. Cody Darcy in short. Garrett Brooks out in left, and C.J. Maciel is the second baseman, batting ninth. Starter for the Blues, number 18, Bryson Van Sickle. So here's how the Blues line up today, and of course our starting lineups brought to you by one of the many generous sponsors of the San Luis Obispo Blues, brought to you by Firestone Brewing Company. Firestone Brewing, where beer runs deeper than blood. So warming up will be the Saints starter, Peyton Stumbo. So Stumbo getting his first start of the season in game number 3, technically number 4 of this season for the Saints. They come in with their record of 0-2, featuring a tie in their first ball game here. That was the home opener against the Ventura Pirates. That game ended in a 5-5 tie. So this is the second game at home for the Saints. They are officially 0-2. Blues 5-6, 1-1 in the South, 2-2 on the road. Again, this is technically their 6th game on the road this season, but again, with that game in Humboldt on Sunday not being played, on the record it'll go down as their 5th. That's a game with a a 9-hour trip for either team having to make that it's just simply not possible to make up that game, at least to my knowledge. So the Blues sit at 5-6, coming off of a loss in that Saturday contest, which we'll recap for you throughout the majority of these first few innings because it was a silent movie, and for those of you following, you probably saw at the end, okay, Blues lost, but how did it happen? How did we get there? And I'll be able to take you through that as we got our stats and the ability to recap. But first leading off for the Blues will be Jake Simons, so he'll stand in. What a season Simons is having leading off ball games for the Blues. He'll face Stumbo. So Stumbo versus Simons. Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena. Have not been here, of course, in over a year. Blues were about 500 here in this stadium last season. First pitch from Stumbo into Simons with ball one, and we're underway. Fun ballpark to come play at. You're right across from the Rose Bowl. Great backdrop. Weather's always perfect. And a 1-0 pitch from Stumbo. That one's fouled off to the left side by Simons, 1-1. Currently 85 degrees at first pitch. Not 85. That pitch was at 85. That one's sent out to right, and that's playable for Blessinger, who's under it. Out number one. So Schmelia is going to make his Blues debut here. DH batting second out of Dartmouth College. That's with one out and no one on. Takes high and inside, ball one. Nathan joining the team today and was introducing himself to the coaching staff and the players. And after all that, first day on the job, foul tipped into the glove, strike one. Got to come in, bat second, and DH. Peyton Stumbo, right-hander for the Saints, making his first start, set his 1-1 pitch. Schmelia takes ball two. And the dirt temperatures have cooled off from when we originally got to the ballpark where it was scalding hot, and the Saints have been nice enough to provide us with some shade for our equipment. We've got both cameras operating, and we're dealing with a bit of fencing with that first one. You can kind of see it's like we're a little barred off. 2-1 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed 2-2. But we got them both working. And there's audio. So no silent movie tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Nathan making his Blues debut. Stumbo's 2-strike pitch, a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count full. So Simons flew out to right. Now it's Schmelia. Swinging and missing through strike 3. 2 gone, and it's the first strikeout for Stumbo.
Third baseman from Fresno State University.
Here's Mason Grotto. Batting third and playing third base today. We've seen Grotto play second base, left field. Last season, he'd play anywhere for the Blues. First base, right field. And looks at a ball inside. So Grotto's sticking with the ball club through these next 2 games. Ball and no strikes. Flared out to left, and that's playable for Bowser. Out in left field, he'll make the catch. Side retired in order for Stumbo, and we will head to the bottom of the first. I want to finish that point on Grotto. He'll be with the Blues through this road trip. So Grotto, as a grad student, you can only have 1 grad student on your CCL roster. Grotto is holding that spot right now. And it'll be taken over come Friday by Tate Samuelson, recent graduate of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. So Tate Samuelson will have that Blues jersey back on for a 3rd time come Friday. But for now, we've got Grotto, and we're happy to see him still in a Blues uniform for now. Bryson Van Sickle's going to warm up for San Luis Obispo, and he'll attack a Saints lineup that we can bring you right now, led by Aaron Milam. The Arroyo Seco Saints go with Josiah Morrissey playing second base and leading things off. Max Blessinger is going to play right field. Kyson Donahue is going to bat third and play shortstop. Matt Dong is going to be the cleanup hitter in center field. Nathan Becker is going to DH. Jeff Bowser's out in left. Sanchez, the first baseman. Cooper Harris is going to bat eighth and do the catching. Jordan Rogers will round things out, bat third, and play third base. Again, our starting lineup's brought to you by Firestone Brewing Company of Paso Robles. Firestone Brewing, where beer runs deeper than blood. What a terrific logo Firestone Walker has. Lion and a bear going at it, kind of like the Blues and Saints tonight. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first. And Van Sickle warming for the Blues. Bryson, a senior out of the University of Utah, hometown of Eagle Mountain, Utah. Hard to find a cooler hometown name than that. ERA at 7 even. 13 hits allowed and 9 innings pitched. Tied for the team lead in strikeouts with 11. Has only allowed 1 walk. This will be his 4th start of the season.
Leading off the bottom of the first inning for your Arroyo Seco Saints. Second baseman from Long Beach State, number 25,
Josiah Morrissey, leadoff hitting, second baseman, set to face Van Sickle here on a Tuesday evening. Blues retired in order by Peyton Stumbo in their half of the first, and now Van Sickle, the lefty, set, fires his first pitch, ball 1. Bryson Van Sickle, his 1-0. Did he go around on that one? The appeal down to first, he did, and it's 1-1. Fourth start for Van Sickle, trying to bring that ERA down. Has certainly got the swing and miss stuff and has shown control, or only allowing the 1 walk. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Van Sickle in his last start against the Barons in Compton had a rough second inning in his last start, where the Barons had 5 hits off of him, 3 doubles, and 4 runs would score in that inning. This one is hit to short, fielded by Darcy, and a throw on to first retires Morrissey. So 1 gone for the Saints. So Van Sickle looking for a bounce back effort here, no question about it.
Number 4, Max Blessinger.
Here's Max Blessinger. Van Sickle's first pitch to him. That one is hit. Oh, just beyond the reach of Grotto at third. That'll find its way into left field for a base hit. And it's a single for Blessinger to get his day started. And the first hit and base runner of the ball game comes for the Saints.
Shortstop from Hawaii, number 11, Kyson Donahue.
Donahue now with 1 out and 1 man on. Scoreless ball game, bottom of the first. Donahue out of Hawaii, a left-handed hitter. First time these teams have seen each other this season. Throw over to first. Checks on Blessinger, so he's still safe. Saints will make a couple trips to San Luis Obispo and play us at Sinsheimer Stadium later this month. For now, the Blues, a 2-game series here on the road in Pasadena. That's in there for a strike. Donahue batting third. No Drew Cowley in the lineup for the Saints, a staple of this organization for many years. Talented player, third baseman out of Utah, who had just an incredible season. Cowley is just one of the most consistent Saints and loyal the organization has seen, but not in the lineup today. So batting third is Kyson Donahue. Van Sickle's 0-1 pitch. In there 0-2. Off speed, and he feathered it in. And he's firmly ahead on Donahue. Beautiful backdrop here at Jackie Robinson Field. Donahue ready for Van Sickle's 0-2. Got him swinging. 2 gone now, and here's Matt Wong. First strikeout for Van Sickle, his 12th of the season. Now he leads the team in that category.
Matthew Wong.
Wong out of Hawaii as well. 2 out, 1 man on for him. Scoreless in the bottom of the first. Van Sickle making his 4th start. Fires ball 1 inside. Van Sickle not yet satisfied with an outing of his. Coming off his shortest start against the Barons, where he only went 2 innings. Throw over to first. Checks on Blessinger again. He's still safe. But a big competitor, Bryson is, and he's trying to bounce back here. Coming off of a rough outing. Gave up 5 earned against the Barons. That was his season high, along with 7 hits allowed. Runner takes off. This one hit out to center. And ranging back is Simons to make the catch to retire the side. So Van Sickle works around a single from Blessinger, but retires Morrissey, Donahue, and Wong to get out of the first and pitch a scoreless inning. Led to the top of the second. It'll be Tolia, Gallegos, and Pemberton due up for the Blues. Second inning of work for Peyton Stumbo coming up. We are live in Pasadena. We're on the road, and it's a 2-game series here against the Arroyo Seco Saints for the Blues. We'll spend the night nearby, come back, same time tomorrow. We'll have a game for you on Wednesday, off day Thursday, back at home Friday. For now, it's the first of 2, Blues and Saints on the Blues Streaming Network, and we'll be right back. Back to live action, scoreless as we enter the top of the second. Blues and Saints for the first time this season. Blues continue their stretch of 7 straight on the road. It'll end up being 6 because of that game in Humboldt on Sunday being rained out. That was supposed to be a matinee 12:30 contest. Ultimately did not get played. There's ball 1 inside. Stumbo's 1-0 pitch to Tolia. Now 2-0. Stumbo takes a deep breath, fires a 2-0. That's grounded on 1 hop to short. Donahue fields, throws on to first to retire Tolia in time. 1 gone in the inning.
Batting fifth, the catcher from UNLV, number 17, Chase Gallegos.
Gallegos now doing the catching. Saw Chase DH in his last start for the Blues, but back behind the plate. Part of the starting battery. No one on and 1 out for him. Stumbo's first pitch. Gallegos swings through 1 in the dirt. Got away, strike 1. Stumbo's 1, high and inside. Count evens. Peyton Stumbo out of Nevada. So 2 Nevada guys. Gallegos out of UNLV. Stumbo out of Nevada. Stumbo's from Auburn, California. 1-2 pitch to Gallegos. Breaking ball that broke too much inside. Count evens at 2-2. Gallegos rocking some sweet gloves tonight. Hits one out to right. Blessinger under it. Makes the catch. 2 gone. Fly out to right for Gallegos, and we'll say hello to Luke Pemberton for the first time tonight.
Number 27, Luke Pemberton.
Pemberton out of Pepperdine, playing right field again, batting 6th. Trying to get back into an offensive rhythm, which the Blues as a whole have had no problem with. They're averaging almost 8 runs a game, a team average of almost 250. Extra base power has been being shown as we play more opponents from the CCL. But the record's still at 5-6, just trying to get back on track. But this is really where stuff gets real, when you start playing more teams in the South consecutively. I believe we don't play a team out of the South for the rest of the season. So all these games are going to count. Ball and a strike to Pemberton. Now 1-2. Pemberton struggling a bit with the swing and miss at the plate, leading the team in strikeouts as a hitter. Trying to stay alive here in a 1-2 count. That fastball missed high, and it's 2-2. Another great another point of view for us behind the plate. Able to hear those pitches snapping in the glove, see the movement on it. And a good view for our quote-unquote broadcast booth. Count full. Pemberton's worked it back. Stumbo yet to allow a base runner and a payoff pitch to Pemberton. Ball 4, and there's the first one. Ends up being a really solid at-bat for Luke Pemberton. He's aboard with 2 out.
From University of Texas, San Antonio, number 26, Cody Darcy.
For Pemberton, that's his 8th walk of the season, and he's safe at first. Now it's Cody Darcy playing shortstop today. Natural shortstop that we've seen play short and third. Throw over to first, checks on Pemberton. He's safe. But back in his natural position, batting 7th and playing short. Throw over to first again. Pemberton still safe. Got some speed over there. So a threat to steal, but with 2 outs in the inning. Curious to see. Let's wipe that count clean for Darcy, who hasn't seen a pitch yet until Stumbo delivers now with ball 1. Stumbo's 1-0 pitch. That misses with ball 2. He was coasting, had retired 5 straight, allows the walk to Pemberton, and now has fallen behind Darcy 2-0. Again, his first start of the season. Blues trying to bounce back after an 8-7 loss on Saturday night to the Humboldt Crabs. So the Blues off of 2 days of rest. You could even call that day on Sunday a rest day because the game wasn't played. Still had to sit on the bus for about 9.5, 10 hours, make the trip from Humboldt to SLO. Count 3-0 on Darcy. Monday, as always, day off. Early practice for the guys. Back at it, back on the bus. Tuesday morning, and here we are. Strike down the middle, and it's 3-1. Let's update that scoreboard as well. Trying to get back in a rhythm. Everyone is. Pemberton safe at first. 3-1 pitch to Darcy. Grounded to short. Donahue plays it on a hop and throws across the diamond to first, and the side is retired. Inning over, and we're heading to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Donahue and Blessinger have been busy defensively for the Saints. Blues bats get a base runner. Pemberton walked in a good at-bat, but that's all they'll get in the second inning. To the bottom of the second now, and for the Saints, it'll be Becker, Bowser, and Sanchez coming to face Van Sickle in his second inning of work. Bryson looking for a bounce-back effort. Pitch a scoreless first. We'll see what he's got in the second. Short break, and we're back on the Blues Streaming Network. Thanks for making Blues baseball part of your Tuesday evening and your entire 2022 summer. Bottom of the second, back to live action. It's the Saints' turn to hit. Their home half, their home field here at Jackie Robinson Field. We are right across the street from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. Second trip to SoCal this season for the Blues. And Becker, DH, batting fifth. Van Sickle, his pitch is a strike. Blues got a base runner in the second. It was Pemberton walking. Saints have gotten theirs on a Blessinger single, but that's it so far. Checked his swing and took ball one as the count evens. Van Sickle, in his post-game conversation with pitching coach Ed Gravel, said in his outing against the Barons that he really was just throwing the ball. He wasn't really pitching it. He wasn't manipulating where the ball needed to go and where he meant to throw it. That kind of is what led to the shaky outing. Ball and two strikes. Got him swinging. Beautiful pitch there from Van Sickle, and one gone. Second strikeout for him now, his 13th of this season.
From Nevada, number 26, Jeffrey Bowser.
Another kid out of Nevada. Jeff Bowser stands in. He's playing left field today for Arroyo Seco. One gone and no one on for him. His first time facing Van Sickle today. Bryson, his first pitch, popped up and out of play. Beautiful SoCal evening. It was so interesting when we got back from Humboldt. It was a little rainy. It started to rain in SLO, which was, I mean, we drove out of the rain in Humboldt, drove through it for a little longer than we expected. And it seemingly followed us all the way home, 0-2. Cleared up on Monday. Good off day for everyone, I'm sure. Van Sickle has Bowser in the hole, 0-2. Well, it looked like a good pitch, and it's taken for ball one. Off-speed stuffs look really sharp from Van Sickle, getting the swing and miss. Almost painted that one for a 3-pitch K. Nods at the sign. His 1-2 pitch. It's out to center, and Simons will come in a little bit, make the catch. Two gone now. Jacob Sanchez now will stand in for the Saints. Saints again 0-2 with a tie this season. 22-18 last season. Just their second game at home tonight. On June 9th, they tied with the Ventura Pirates here at Jackie Robinson Field. Following day, Riptide were in town. They fell 8-5. And then 2 days later, the Oaks played in Thousand Oaks, played the Conejo Oaks, and lost 11-8. Looking for that first win this season are the Saints. Talented ball club last year that really played the Blues hard in every contest. No team ever scored more than 5 runs, and the margin of victory is never more than 4. A lot of those ball games came down to 1 or 2. That's ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike. Van Sickle to Sanchez. That's in the dirt, 3-1. Try and zoom in a little bit. Eliminate the fencing. Doing what we can here on the road. Always trial and error here on the road in the CCL South. Quick meeting between Gallegos and Van Sickle taking place on the hill. A little longer than usual, and actually our umpire is in some pain. Our umpire may have got the wind knocked out of him. I mean, he is down. We actually saw this a couple times last year to the point where an umpire got hit twice by a foul ball and had to come out of the game, and they had the third base umpire come in and call balls and strikes mid-game. We count 3-1, so hopefully he's all right. I thought it was a meeting on the mound, and it ended up seeing him in this position he is right now, where it just looks like he's trying to get himself situated. Didn't see what happened on the ball in the dirt. Looks like he's going to stay in there. He's going to hang in. Back to live action. So with that, obviously, unfortunately, our umpire getting a bit shaken up there, but Van Sickle able to speak with Gallegos, see what they've got cooking on a 3-1. It's lined out to center. That'll be in the gap for a base hit. And there's a single for Sanchez on a 3-1 pitch. He sends it out to right center. He's aboard with 2 out in the bottom of the second.
Batting 8th, catcher from Wichita State, number 6, Cooper Harris.
So a 2-out single for Sanchez, and it's the first at-bat for Cooper Harris tonight. Saints offense hasn't been much of a problem at all either, averaging over 6.5 runs a game in their 3 contests so far. Both these teams, it's been the pitching that's looking to bounce back. In their last 2, the Saints have given up 8 and 11. For the Blues in their last 2, they've given up 6 and 7, which that Humboldt series was just as interesting as the series against the Barons. 2-0 count now. So in that loss on Saturday night, 8-7 the final, the Blues led 2-0, or trailed 2-0 after the first. Would not lead until the 6th when they played at 4 to take a 4-1 lead. Van Sickle's 2-0. That's flared out to right. That might drift out of play, and it will for strike 1. Then took the lead, 5-4. The Blues led going into the 7th. Scored 2 in the 8th for some insurance. It was 7-4 and provided themselves with a bit of a cushion. But then in the bottom of the 8th, 4 runs given up by the pitching staff, by the bullpen. Bottom of the 8th, 4 runs. They give up the lead. They lose 8-7. Crushing defeat for the Blues on Saturday night. That's what they're coming off of. Van Sickle's 2-1. That breaking ball a bit high. And a second straight 3-1 count. And some encouragement from the Blues coaching staff. You can hear everything here. That's flared out to center. That's up. And that's Simons. That's out number 3. Van Sickle works around the 2-out single, retires Harris to end the inning. We're into the top of the 3rd here in Pasadena, California. Historic Jackie Robinson Field. Another great venue here in the CCL South. We'll see Brooks and Maciel for the first time, and Simons will get his second at-bat. When we come back for the top of the third, you're listening to Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. Blues offense going to get their third try at Peyton Stumbo as we head to the top of the third in what is officially, unofficially game 13. You can give yourself a certain look. Blues come in 5-6, but this is technically game 13 of the season. We'll see how we get that situated. If we can just say that this is game 12, but just for the schedule's sake, with the game being canceled, it's still technically game 13. We'll get that sorted out when we get back home. But for now, it's the top of the third. We know we're scoreless. It's the Blues and Saints for the first time this season. Blues trying to improve their record not only on the season, but on the road in the South in a series that the Blues would win 4-3 in 7 games played against the Saints last season. That's how even it was. 7 games, 4-3. That fourth and final game, it was so interesting that these two teams met in the playoffs last year after playing 6 times in the regular season, and then that playoff game was literally Game 7 on the series this season. Blues came out on top and defeated the Saints in the playoffs. Garrett Brooks is at the plate taking ball 1 for San Luis Obispo. Brooks is playing left field today and batting 8th. That pitch is flared out to left, and giving it a look is Bowser, and foul ground. Went down and couldn't make the catch, strike 1. Heck of an effort by Jeff Bowser out in left trying to make that play. That would have been a tough one. Blues still without a hit. We're in the third. Brooks facing Stumbo. Right-hander out of Nevada, who delivers ball 2. Inside, but a good pitch, 2-2. Brooks on the season, his average at .214. 2-2 pitch to the Blues left fielder. That's a swinging bunt down the left field line, rolling foul, and the count will remain the same at 2-2. On a picturesque day, Blues average 9.5 hits per game, 29 of those of the extra base variety, 5.5 walks. A lot of these guys on base percentage is just phenomenal. We'll detail that when we get back to the top of the lineup. But leading off the third here, it's Garrett Brooks. Count 2-2, Stumbo set. And his 2-strike pitch is taken for ball 3. That one, breaking ball, slipped out of his hand, and it's full. Flared out to left and foul. We'll do it all over again. So Brooks staying alive and another lengthy at bat against Stumbo. Payoff pitch coming. Brooks flares it out to left and foul again. Stays alive in what has become a lengthy at-bat to lead off the third inning. A payoff pitch on its way, and Brooks looks at ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Blues in the third. Second base runner of the ball game is Garrett Brooks.
Batting ninth, second baseman from Cal Baptist, number 2, C.J. Maciel.
For Brooks this season, that's walk number 7. And here's C.J. Maciel playing second base for the first time this season. We've seen him play short. We've seen him play third. Moving over to the right side of the infield to play second. And he hits with the leadoff man Brooks aboard on a walk. He takes a strike, and there's no one out in the inning. Maciel with the average at 143, trying to get back on track in the batter's box. A throw over to first. Brooks is still safe. But CJ's been consistent since he got here out of Cal Baptist. He's been in the lineup. A one from Stumbo is hit out to right. That is drifting, and that'll drop for a base hit for Maciel. Brooks is trying to go first to third. The throw in from right on a line, and he is out. So it could have been runners on first and second with no one out for the Blues. It's Maciel hitting a single, advancing to second on a throw. But that throw retires Brooks, and so it's a runner on second, one out for Jake Simons.
Top of the order, center fielder number 21, Jake Simons.
But the Blues get a hit, and it's courtesy of C.J. Maciel. Here's Jake Simons, 0 for 1, flew out to right his first time up. Simons is having one heck of a season. This is 8th game as a Blue. Stumbo's decides to step off and pump fake a throw to second as Morrissey was not covering the bag, so Maciel unable to be thrown out there. Simons leading the team in average with 400. Has not played every game, but has played now 8. So a sample size where at least he's shown the consistency in the leadoff spot. So Simons, that average has dropped below 400 with his out-recorded today, but coming into tonight, 400 flat for Jake Simons, team leader in that category. Takes ball 1. Big hit by a pitch guy. Simons has been hit by a pitch 9 times. That leads the team. Also leads the team in stolen bases with 7. And that combines for the team lead in on-base percentage. Nearly 60% of the time, Simon steps to the plate, he gets on base. Somehow, some way. Again, we're not talking about a 40-game sample size here, but even through 8, he has made his mark. On his way to CSUN. Runner on second, 1 out for the Blues. It's Maciel who singled and advanced to second base on a throw from right field to third. That got Garrett Brooks out, so first chance for either team to hit with a runner in scoring position. And Simons checked his swing at a pitch high. Did he go around? He did not, and it's 3-0. Just makes solid contact, not a big swing and miss guy whatsoever. and has quite the tendency to take one on the shoulder and take first base in the process. There's strike one. Trip down to Pasadena, not too long at all, especially after that trip to Humboldt. Everything's going to feel shorter after that. About 4 hours from SLO down to Pasadena. That includes a stop where the Blues got lunch. This one is hit to third, diving stop. It gets through the left side, base hit. And it's a single for Simons. He's aboard. Maciel advances into third. First hit for Simons.
Designated hitter number 35, Nathan Schmelia.
Here's Nathan Schmelia. In his second Blues at-bat. Struck out swinging his first time. Saw a good amount of pitches. But 0 for 1 tonight, standing in with runners at the corners and the best chance either team has had to score. That one is hit to short. Donahue will go to second. Throw gets away. A run's going to score. Simons is going to go into third. And they've got him cornered with the lead and still one out. So Donahue chose to go to second and sent it into the outfield.
Third baseman number 15, Mason Grotto.
So E6 on Donahue. They're at first and third. Simons at third. Schmelia at first. Here's Grotto. Grounds one foul. 0-1. Over to first again. Seen that a lot from Stumbo, checking on runners over there. So it's Schmelia who reached on E6, fielder's choice E6. And Simons, who singled, is now at third with good speed. Still one out and a run could score on contact for the Blues. Stumbo taking his time. His 0-1 pitch in the dirt almost, and it's 1-1. Grotto 0 for 1. He flew out to left his first time up. Ball and a strike. Stumbo comes home as Schmelia was taken off for second. And it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Stumbo thrown over to first again. Blues have already walked twice. They average about 5.5 of those. And this offense, again, almost scoring 8 a game. Have plated the first here in the third. On an E6 RBI, Nathan Schmelia putting a ball in play. Donahue chose to go to second and not try and get him at first. Grotto sends one out to left center here. Ranging over will be Bowser, but it'll be caught by Wong. Tagging from third and scoring is Simons. 2-0 Blues on the sac fly and the 8th RBI of the season for Mason Grotto.
First baseman number 28, Zach Toglia.
Here's Toglia now 0 for 1. He grounded out to short to lead off the second inning. Stumbo's first pitch to him, a breaking ball that swung on and missed, strike one. Toglia struggled a bit in the Humboldt series. A 2-gamer. In the 2 games, Toglia. Well, in last game, he went 2 for 4. Got on, had a couple strikeouts. That's in the center field, a base hit. He's aboard there. So a single for Toglia. Toglia, the team leader in hits and RBIs. That's his 14th hit of the season. It's a single, and they're at first and second with 2 out. Here's Gallegos now, and he's 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up. We mentioned he's got some sick gloves on. His gloves essentially have the Vegas strip on them, and he's wearing those with pride. UNLV versus Nevada here. Stumbo's first pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. But, I mean, he was hitting BP with those on, came up to us, and you noticed him. Matt Fernandez did, and said, "You wearing those during the game?" He said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Gallegos might go off today." Those Vegas gloves on. 0-1 pitch from Stumbo, a breaking ball that's off the end of the bat, hit to short, on to second, inning over. 6-3 ground out for Gallegos ends the third inning for the Blues, but they plate the first two of the ball game. Shmelia put one in play. It was a throwing error from short that allowed him to reach in the first run to score. Then it was a sac fly and RBI for Grotto that made it 2-0. He drove in Simons from third with one out, and it's 2-0 Blues as we head to the home half of the third inning. Bryson Van Sickle has struck out 2, allowed 2 base hits, but has pitched 2 scoreless innings. We'll look to do so again in the third when we come back. You're listening to Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. It's Jordan Rogers, a third baseman out of Wichita State, set to lead things off for the Saints in their half of the third, trailing now 2-0, as Van Sickle delivers strike one to Rogers. Blues played their first 2 runs, got a couple walks to spark a rally, couple base hits, just making contact, as Rogers does here, hitting one to short, and that's gloved by Darcy. Throw on to first, and he's retired. Nice play from Darcy. One out now in the third. Rogers retired. He starts his day 0 for 1. Back to the top and Josiah Morrissey. 0 for 1. He grounded out to short to lead off the ball game. Van Sickle set. Popped up. That's playable. Few guys over in right. Maciel makes the catch. 2 gone. 1 pitch. Now 2 outs for Van Sickle and the Blues. In the bottom of the third. Working quickly here.
Right fielder, number 4, Max Blessinger.
It'll be up to Max Blessinger to get something going for the Saints here. Going quickly in the third. Blessinger 1 for 1 with a single. He got the first hit for either team tonight. Van Sickle set, comes home, breaking ball, ball 1. Van Sickle working very efficiently. That's in there for a strike. Again, only the 2 singles, has not allowed a walk, has just been excellent in that category. Just 1 walk in 3 starts and 2 2/3 innings. A breaking ball is slapped through the left side, base hit. Announcers jinx firmly in place, and Blessinger is 2 for 2 against him now with 2 singles. Tyson Donahue will stand in. It's another 2-out hit for the Saints. They got one back in the second. They get one here in the third, and it's up to Donahue to try and create a 2-out rally. 0 for 1 against Van Sickle. He struck out against him the first time. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove, 0-2. 0-2 count with 2 out in the bottom of the third. Van Sickle working quick and efficiently. Throws over to first. Still safe is Blessinger. The count 0-2, Van Sickle comes home with a breaking ball in the dirt that gets away and will allow Blessinger to take second base. And no more. So the count now 1-2, and it's the first runner in scoring position for the Saints. So a wild pitch for Van Sickle, just really his first mistake. And he's set with the count 1-2. Comes home. Thought he got him looking. Ball 2. Wanted to strut off the mound. Trying to pitch a third consecutive scoreless inning. Coming off of a rough start. Just 2 innings against the Barons. Gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. But the count 2-2. And trying to retire the side against Kyson Donahue. Grounded foul. Two balls and 2 strikes. Donahue trying to stay alive here. First runner in scoring position for the Saints. Van Sickle thinking nothing of it. Just thinking about this 2-2 pitch on its way. And the dirt went off speed again, and the count's full. Count's been worked to 3-1, 3-2 a couple times by Saints hitters. Have yet to take that elusive ball 4 from Van Sickle, as anyone has this season. Out of Eagle Mountain, Utah, Van Sickle set, and a payoff pitch on its way. There's ball 4, and it's the first walk for Van Sickle in this outing, and just his second of the season. And back-to-back men reach for the Saints. They've got something going for Matt Wong, who's 0 for 1. Wong, the cleanup hitting center fielder out of Hawaii. 41 pitches now.